Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Thomas with IT. Returning to the channel, we have Irv's 2018 Ford Focus RS with the Battle Arrow wide body kit and the race red. And today, guys, we are finally doing it. We are throwing a big turbo on Irv's Focus RS, the road to 500 horsepower. We're gonna get right into it here. Tossing Irv's car onto the lift. We've been on there pretty tight, huh? Pretty tight, guys. Woo! We got them on there dead straight, though. Nice. You hear that new twin disc clutch? Oh! Before we get started on the big turbo, me and Irv recorded something we thought we were gonna drop as a full video. It's just all the stuff that he's done since you last saw him on the channel in preparation for the big turbo. And we just flash back to then. We'll take a couple last rips in it and you guys can hear it before going big turbo. It'll only take a second. And then we'll just get right to tearing into the engine bay, ripping out the stock turbo and getting the new big turbo put in. As you can see, we've done some tasteful improvements since the last time we saw it. It's looking good, man. We got some new splitters, kind of copied the same idea that I did for mine. Out of the same material on the side skirts as well as the front lip. As you can see, I don't know if you guys have seen this yet, but he also color matched his R composites to the same race red color code. Wheels looking clean, the whole build just coming together so nicely. But Irv was in Arizona, what, like a month ago?
Yeah, beginning of March.
Headed down to Arizona. That's where his brother lives, another big car tuner in the family. And they did some pretty crazy modifications. Unfortunately, guys, I was unable to make it down to Arizona and film the actual install of these parts. But I'm still gonna have Irv give you the review and his thoughts and everything. So, headed down to Arizona. What were you guys working on down there?
So the main goal was to get the cams, clutch, head studs, and valve springs installed, which we got all of which in 3 days. So with the cams, I went with a Piper 285. The Piper 285 is pretty much the largest you can go on a stock head without getting it ported. Obviously, you don't get all the capabilities and like benefit from the cams without a ported head, but it works.
And I'll leave a link down in the description below, and that's the one that you recommend?
Yeah, Piper 285 cams. I wouldn't really honestly go anything lower than that.
So a cammed RS, guys. I'll get you a startup in a second. A cammed RS. It sounds so baller. Honestly, sounds like it's misfiring, just going blah, 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 blah. But so sick. All right, so after the cams, what did you do next?
Upgrade the valve springs with the cams. I did Super Tech valve springs, and then so we did a Clutch Masters twin disc clutch. I think it should be rated for around 800 horsepower.
Jesus Christ.
It's a very aggressive clutch.
It's a twin disc rated for 800 horsepower. Crazy. I'll try to get some audio of the clutch because it makes crazy noises while he's driving. It's super aggressive, catches like no tomorrow. Yeah, literally like puts it into gear. We were at a show, right? We were at Gearhead Society and he was doing the two-step competition. Whole crowd of people around the car, just swarming the car, and he was trying to drive through the crowd with a twin disc clutch, like just sounded like the car was braking. People were like, what the hell are you doing? He's like, I'm a twin disc, bro, chill.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I had to basically, after that install with the cams, head studs, valve springs, and the clutch, it felt like I had to completely learn a brand new car. So
yeah, the clutch is super aggressive.
It was completely different after that.
I think once it gets going, now you guys can hear that whoop, 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 whoop. Those are the cams that he did down in Arizona. Super aggressive. Oh my God. I've never heard a cammed hatchback before, but it's so baller. Did you have to get a revised tune?
Yeah, I had to get a retune, and of course it was covered under the tune revision cost for JST Customs, and Brian Tyson got it dialed in, so.
Super nice. Your tuner's on point, always hitting him up with the revisions. It's
been 2 years on his tunes, and the car's been nothing but great. So
I'll leave another link down in the description. All the parts that Irv has installed in this video, I'll leave all down in the description below. All right, guys, we're taking the first rip on the channel with all the new mods for you guys to see. I mean, we're still parked in the gas station. We're not gonna like launch control it out of here, but I'm gonna try to get the best sounds that I can possible of the clutch
engaging and making the weird noises that it does, because it is a twin disc. So you'll hear a little squeak and a little crunk, but that is just normal twin disc stuff. All you need to know is holding up to 800 horses, so we're good to go. Let's get into it. So if you heard that kind of little whine or squeak, and then it kind of like stuttered, you really have to get the rev range pretty high. I don't know what this guy's doing, but you kind of have to keep the rev range high with the clutch setup, or else it kind of jerks around. 55 miles per hour, I mean 45 miles per hour on this road. That was a 45-mile-an-hour pull.
We do not speed. Speeding is illegal.
Yeah, it's Cinco de Mayo today, so we are in Mexico, actually.
All our parts abide by the government's laws.
Yeah, you have all your cats.
Yeah, we have everything.
The shifts with the twin disc are absolutely insane, because it's literally just like it just literally, you just, oh my gosh. Guys, I'm so bad at talking about a fast car. It's so hard to explain over camera, guys. This is so fast. Hopping on a banger really quick. Let's get a nice little pull up here. If the GoPro's gone, moment of silence for the GoPro. Jesus Christ. Guys, the GoPro is still there. Yo, shouts out to the GoPro. Irv's got the junk in the trunk. Cover Irv's address so you guys don't try to, you know, go cuddle in bed with him or something. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Whoa.
This is just piping.
Okay.
For the turbo.
Nice.
Because it's not, doesn't fit exactly like the stock
plastic?
turbo. Yeah.
Interesting. Shouts out to Volkswagen, you know, plastic parts. I gotta love that.
And just a little coupler.
Coupler. So this is a drop-in turbo kit. So we'll set these over in Jordan's dead seats. Drop-in turbo location kit. So it's going to give you everything you need for it. This is just going to be hardware, flanges, bolts, you know, the works. We'll get all into this once we're installing. Show you guys how to do everything, because we are going to do everything on the lift in the garage. No shops here. We don't want people messing around with our stuff and blowing up our crap. Graveyard. Woo-wee! You just got that. Oh.
That was hilarious. I was like,
oh my gosh.
that's pretty big.
Woo!
I didn't think it would be that big.
Holy crap.
That's a big
The
boy.
precision turbo for the Ford Focus RS.
Wow.
Tell me the specs on it.
I guess it's a 60 millimeter from what I've heard.
60 millimeter.
So that's a big boy. I got the aftermarket wastegate hopefully coming in next week or this
So
weekend.
that'll replace this guy right here.
Yep, this ugly tin can.
Yeah, ugly.
Ooh.
But oh my gosh, this thing looks so baller. And this is just a drop-in location. You don't have to do any modification, right?
Yep. Just drop
Sweet.
in.
Just drop right in. They give you everything you need. Irv's just going to change out the wastegate on this, and that's pretty much it. He has done everything that you saw, that I showed you at the beginning of the video in preparation for this.
Yeah, that's huge.
The big turbo is coming. And no, he is not building the block yet. what do you have a statement to make to all the Focus RS owners out there?
I want to be able to make 500 horsepower on a stock block.
500 horsepower stock block. You heard it here first. We're gonna do it, or you guys are gonna see us yeet a block to the moon doing it. First, trying to assemble the box. If his turbo installing skills are anything like his box putting back together skills, we are in a bad situation. I'm gonna get a call from Irv at like 4 in the morning, like, hey dude.
Still trying to put this box together.
I tried to fit the box in the recycling bin, it just wasn't working. I've just been disassembling it for hours. Oh my. Yeah, it's big. Hand for reference. Nice flanges. It'll be fun to see both the stock turbo and the new turbo next to each other.
For sure.
And Irv is still working on the box. Dude, you're killing it. You're making great time. Okay, so we're just gonna get right down to it, guys. Irv's gonna start off by getting everything removed so we can get the new turbo installed. Obviously, the intake's gonna come off up on the top side here, as well as a couple of the plastics to get those out of the way, just so we can drop everything in without any interference. And then we'll just jump below the engine here and remove his skid plate so we can get access to everything underneath. And this is where we're gonna spend most of the time. Drop the sway bar, the intercooler piping down here. The transfer case needs to be pulled out, and to do that, you need to pull out the axle. So the T-case, I think that's where Irv stopped recording on the GoPro because he got a little frustrated. You know, can't blame him. He dumped coolant all over my garage floor, but he just has to disconnect a few lines back here and remove it, yeah?
Yeah, so there's 4 vacuum lines, and then you got to remove the coolant lines from the turbo, which are right here. And there's just one little bolt that holds both of those into the turbo. You take 2 of the oil return and the oil fill lines off pretty much. And yeah, once you unbolt the 2 bolts, for some reason there's 2 bolts instead of 4 on the exhaust side for the intake manifold. But there's 2 extra bolts that come in the kit. We're just gonna use those, secure the turbo a little bit better. We can reuse the existing gaskets that it comes with. It's a plug and play option, so pretty much everything fits the way it needs to.
Sweet. So Irv last night got the turbo removed. So right over here, you'll see little itty bitty baby RS turbo. I mean, this thing is just tiny. And then we go, oh wow. So here we have the precision turbo right next to the little baby RS turbo. You can see just how much bigger it is. It's gonna be sick. We got the pipes getting installed here. Irv's just getting everything routed. We have a little vacuum line over here. Just getting it all ready to be tossed in. We're still waiting on the wastegate because Irv is not running that little dinky one.
This
The tin can.
This thing.
Yeah.
This
that weird
water
thing.
reservoir.
Yeah. So that's the difference between them. I mean, you can just see how much bigger. Oh my gosh, this turbo is.
It's massive.
It's freaking huge. But it is a drop-in location replacement, so there's no modification needed. So we won't have to have any issues there. But you did trim this pipe, right?
Yeah, so I have an aftermarket intake. I got the Mishimoto intake. And the pipe pretty much comes as one solid piece. It has this...
The bung already on there.
Yeah, bung already on there. And this is the piece that came with the actual turbo itself, and that is connected to this piece. But since I have the intake, I had to trim it off, and I'm just gonna have to get a coupler to secure the 2 because this is meant for a little baby turbo and will not fit around this piece.
Too small. So the intake already had that piece on there, so just trimmed that off. You lose the Precision Turbo logo, which is kind of sad, but Irv can put that on his dresser and be like,
I can put a sticker on there.
True.
It's okay.
Facts. Yeah, but this thing is freaking huge compared to this little baby guy. You can just see, like, here's hand.
What is the difference in size?
Your mom?
I'm not 100% sure what the stock one is, but according to Alex,
Where's the AMG at?
It's getting done. It's close, actually.
Everybody's wondering.
Yeah, it's close.
Everybody's wondering.
Alex says it's a 60mm turbo. I don't know what the stock ones are.
60 mil?
Yeah, that's what I looked up on. It was like 60 by 58 or something like that.
Dang,
60,
that's
58.
still freaking sick.
is.
All right, another day. The Turbo Smart wastegate has finally come in for the big turbo, so we don't have to use that little dinky tin can. So Irv's gonna get this plopped onto the new. Nice.
Oh.
So we get this plopped onto the new turbo, and then we can toss this thing up there. And this is the normal wastegate. Lame, boring.
It's like a water tower.
Yeah.
Did you tell everybody
That's
what we're doing with
nice.
the old turbo?
Putting it on the lawnmower.
Yeah. Put it on the lawnmower. Got an upgraded spring in it so I can make more boost eventually.
Hell yeah, brother. We'll get this attached to the turbo, and then we'll toss the turbo in. Wastegate just goes in this little spot right here. See, it's already, there's holes for it and everything, and then the rod goes there.
I got a preloader still, but this is the length it needs to be because that's completely closed.
Right.
Put that over it. And then from what I read, you gotta do 3 full revolutions. And then it's preloaded.
Sick. All right, and then we're good to go.
This is Irvin with a TMWYT. Kind of forgot to start recording, so we're not gonna tell Thomas. But just in the process of throwing the new turbo in, I've put all the new O-rings on the coolant lines. There's an oil line just above the turbo that I got a new coolant ring. This is gonna be the bottom oil line right here that connects to the turbo, which also came with the new O-ring. So yeah, I'm gonna worry on buttoning this up, and then hopefully try to fit the T-case back in and get all these lines connected so we can start making progress and throwing everything back together. So we're almost there.
That's a Turbski up there if I've ever seen one. A lot of this install has been done with Irv, and he's not a cameraman, so you know, we're doing our best here, but I'm giving you guys the best we can do here. Okay, so everything's connected up to the turbo, and the turbo's bolted up, yeah?
Yep, turbo's
So-
all plumbed. You tightening it? We just need to, I'm loosening it. Okay, I was like, how are you tightening it? It was just snug up against the downpipe.
So everything's connected up, and again, guys, this just bolts up to where your
Did you
factory
just put the
turbo
bolt
goes. Oh, that's much better. Yeah, so there's the turbo. It's downpipe right there, bolted up.
Bolted up.
And this
then
is gonna be, what is this?
That's just a vacuum line for the T-case.
Okay, cool.
And then
The T-case will go back in here. Downpipe's already bolted up and good to go.
and then we put the extra 2 bolts on top of the manifold, so now it has 4 bolts holding it on.
Nice. All right, time to put that thingy in there. Let's do it.
Lift the drive shaft and have somebody.
find a hose for that? Hose?
Yeah, I got.
You want a hose?
No, I had to get the little coupler ends.
Hose?
Hose.
Hose?
Hose. No. It's fucking so stupid. It's so close. And so just tilt it up like that.
All right, well, they're gonna have fun shoving a T-case up the Focus RS's ass, so yeah, I'll let you guys know when they get it up in there. Sick. All right, we got the drive shaft put in. Well, they got the drive shaft put in, so now we're putting the axle. Whoa, we're putting the axle in. Irv's absolutely loving life. Okay, so, oh my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Okay, so they got the T-case lined up because it was a little bit crooked. And that will allow the axle to just slide right in. And then after the axle, it's pretty much just doing all the little odds and ends, connecting
all the bolt-ons, and
yeah, intercooler, piping, hoses, everything else little, the intake obviously, and then you just gotta refill the coolant. We're not gonna start it tonight because it is really late, but first thing tomorrow morning, the car will be all good to go. Yeah, we should be ready for first start tomorrow. We are gonna load up from JST Performance. He's got a base map already ready for the big turbo. So we already have a good tune ready to go. Obviously that's not going to be the final setup. We're just going to send him data logs and see how the car performs at this elevation and his car specifically, and then we'll dial that tune in. But got to lube up your axle and shove it in.
Here, hold on, just
Said Jaden.
ooh,
Jeez.
finger it in.
Oh my God. Okay. All right. We're going to get everything finished up here, and then the next thing you should see is starting the RS with the big Turbski. Irv's excited.
Should I do it?
Do it again. Sheesh.
Pretty much, we finished the car up last night. It was pretty early when we finished because we ran into a little hiccup with the lower intercooler pipe. Unfortunately, didn't line up perfectly with the new turbo since it's a lot larger and it sits in a different location. We ended up having to cut the lower intercooler pipe and then going to get one of the couplers from the existing intercooler pipe that came off for the throttle body. And we made it work. Right now I'm working on getting the turbo primed and starting the car and see what she sounds like. So pretty much all you got to do is pull the fuse for the fuel pump relay, so that way the car doesn't start. So you can run a little bit of oil through the turbo before you start it. You don't have to do it, but it's just one of those safety precautions that you can take to just ensure everything goes correctly. So I'm about to get started on that. I got to flash the car with the new tune first. Got my base map for my tuner, JST Performance. They are amazing and have been, and my car's been running on their tunes for a little over 2 years now. So yeah, let's get to it.
All right, and that's the first start of the RS with the new big turbo. Very exciting. I'm sorry this video is kind of all over the place, and I wanted it to be kind of continuous and show the whole process, but it's just so hard because I don't want to prevent Irv from not doing a project if he just wants to do it, and a lot of the times I need to plan stuff because I have a lot going on. So I was there when I was able to and tried to help out whenever I could, but I didn't really do anything on the install, which is sad, but I still wanted to share it with you guys. Still wanted to share it on the channel. So I hope you guys enjoyed anyways, seeing the progress on Irv's RS. I'm really excited with how the turbo turned out. Right now, he is running through the JST Performance tune revisions for the big turbo. So basically just dialing up the boost slowly and checking the parameters on the engine, data logging and everything to make sure that we're good to go for full boost. So the next video you should see on the RS is making full pulls and full runs with the new big turbo setup. So hope you guys are hyped for that. So just make sure you subscribe if you do want to see that content, so you know exactly when that drops. It should be coming out here in the next couple of days, making full power, big power on the big turbo in the RS. So very exciting for that. It's gonna be sweet. But that is gonna do it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.